How's it going, everyone? Daniel Rodriguez here. It's time to review Preacher Season 1, Episode 5, titled South Will Rise Again. Spoiler review. Make sure you have seen the episode. It should take me about 3 minutes to recap and give you the pros, cons, and final score. Thank you so much for joining me. Make sure to check out my channel. I have the reaction to Episode 5 for Preacher right now up on the channel. I review many other shows. You could look at the playlist down below. You can look at my Facebook page for the latest updates, all my movie reviews. Just much more on the channel. If you're new to it, check it out. It takes a few seconds, just browse through there. Either way, Preacher. There was a thing when I was at school, and I already graduated, but this was about 2-3 years ago, and I was in the gym, and literally, you could hear it from far away on the other side of the gym, "The South will rise again." It's pretty funny. It was funny when it was there because it was so random, and I'm in South Texas, and maybe not that south of when the Civil War happened, but still, it was pretty funny. And yes, the South will rise again. I'm just a guy that plays games and watch movies. Okay, don't do that to me. No. Either way, Preacher. Either way, we open up in the Old West, man. It's in 1880s, whatever, and we follow back on that guy that was riding on that horse, and these are simple words to describe the opening. Old West, scalps, drunk preacher, antidote, fighting, family dead, revenge. Ah, yes. That's basically the opening of Preacher. If you kind of got all that, you're awesome. I love you. So that's the opening of Preacher, basically. A bunch of stuff, scalps, a family's like, "Hey, mister." And then he's like, "Oh, that town is bad. It's called Ratwater or something." So he's like, he goes back, and the guy's like, "Hey, mister," again, and like his dad has scalps with him, and it's really messes with your brain, but it was so good because that is the best opening Preacher has had. Don't get me wrong, there's other amazing Preacher openings, but this was the most intense, most detailed, dramatic, very quiet, mysterious opening, and it was really great. So yeah, that happened. Someone wrote on Arseface's wall. Now Arseface's name is Eugene, but in the comics he's called Arseface, so I'm calling him Arseface, and I love Eugene. He's a really cool guy. I would hang out with him if I knew him for real. Because he seems like a guy that was pretty chill. So, someone wrote on Arseface's wall, it says, "Finish the job," and the shotgun's right there. You feel bad for him, man. You really do. Either way, Cassidy and Tulip, they have a little talk. He wakes up and everything, and on this job, and her boyfriend that had, she wants, but she's on about Jesse, but Cassidy doesn't know she's talking about Jesse. So Jesse's talking to these people in this diner. He kind of gets away from his sister or his friend or whatever and kind of talks to the other people, and he's trying to help them and save them. And, "Oh, well, this book, Joseph," or, another character, and he's like, "Well, let me tell you, let me rank the Bible," and, he just goes on about it, so it's really awesome. Arseface makes an omelet for his dad. Very nice guy. I like that. And then all of a sudden, his dad yells at him, "Finish the job!" He's like, "Maybe you should just finish the job." And at that moment, that made my stomach, like, you could see it in the reaction. It was just too much. And you could just see, he's so nice. He's like, okay, yeah, I'll cut it up for you, man. And then, like, all of a sudden, it's messed up. It's a messed up world and a very gritty world of this preacher, So that happens. Donnie doesn't want to go to work. He's very lazy. He sees how Odin has changed. I believe in the Lord now, yes. So Odin has very changed. Arseface goes to Jesse. He wants Jesse to pray for his dad. So anyway, Tulip goes to Jesse, and there's a story in front of the people on how he shot this lizard or, Komodo dragon, something like that. And he's like, "I ain't like that anymore, Tulip. We all changed." And, he did his whole little big monologue thing. And after that, Jesse makes this girl forgive Arseface. Basically, the girl that couldn't open her eyes, and then she opened her eyes, but she's still paralyzed or something. That mom, Jesse goes and basically says, "Forgive him." And she forgives Arseface, and it's all good. I mean, he's totally fine. And it's good. Arseface doesn't have to shoot himself. I mean, he's perfectly fine. He could keep on living. His dad should be fine. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Donnie cries to his wife, which was really a funny moment. I laughed, I lolled during that. Tulip is gonna rob this drugstore, and then after that she has sex with Cassidy. So I guess that little relationship's already going on there. Really awesome to see. And angels go to Jesse, those two angels from heaven. Oh, I think I messed up. I messed up a little bit. I messed up a lot. So that happens. Odin kills these people. You either grow or die. Because he's like, oh, praise Jesus. Come on in. Please sit. Sit on. Okay. Where's the other guy? Is he in the restroom? Oh, okay. Well, I don't think we should wait for him. We should just get started. And just like, boom, boom, boom. And it was so funny. Oh, I mean, it was bad. It was like, oh my God. But at the end, it was kind of like, oh. Good thing you're not in that room, because if I was in that room and I'm like, oh, Odin, these are such, are these cheese cubes? Those are cheese cubes, and then just like get shot. That would have been a horrible moment. Either way, I wasn't in the room because it's a TV show and it's just fictional characters, so it doesn't matter. Either way, Odin does that. What did I think about this episode overall for Preacher? Let me give you the pros. First off, the opening, like I said, you already know how intense that opening was, and if someone like comes up to me and says like, that opening sucked, it was slow, it was stupid, it has no meaning, it has a lot of meaning, because I believe this may be Ratwater, maybe Annaville, before it was Annaville, and like that is the town. It's the origins of the town, maybe, so that's what I've heard, so that'd be really awesome. But the opening was great, the ending was awesome, of course, with Odin killing those people. That was really very sick and gross. Arseface, Eugene, awesome character, awesome scenes. I'm very glad they're using him more and more every single week. Intense, it turned your stomach. You felt funny at times, comedic. You felt gross. You felt sad. You felt the death. You felt real. It felt real. And that was so good about the show. The directing, the cinematography, just everything. Whoever directed this episode did an awesome job. You did an awesome job, sir or ma'am. Awesome. The two angels had some good scenes when they were in the hotel or motel and, we messed up. And they're just thinking about, what are we going to say to the angels? What are we going to do? As well as the acting, Tulip and Cassidy, their little romance there. Well, you found love. Anyway, Donnie, I would say anyway. I'm sorry for that. I don't know why. It's a little contagious. Anyway, no. Donnie crying. That was another big scene there. Crying like a bitch. A bunny, basically. He's going to squeal. Wee! But that was pretty funny to see Donnie do that, because Donnie is a little shit. The only cons really for this Preacher episode, not much Cassidy. We didn't get to see much Cassidy. We didn't get to see much of the two angels either. We kind of just see them, and then we barely see them at the end. And how did you know Jesse was at the diner? How did you know where he was? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there wasn't really much explanation on that. Also, just little things like that. There was no big problem this episode where you're like, that was a horrible episode. Oh, that was a mess. Like, it's a pretty much perfect episode when you think about it. It was great. Unless you're going to really nitpick very much and detail it. For me personally, I thought this was a great episode. I haven't given out a score like this in a long time, in a very long time. I'm going to be giving Preacher Season 1, Episode 5, South of Raz again, a solid A. I thought it was great. It was almost a certain perfect episode. Comment down below to me what you guys thought about the Preacher episode. If you enjoyed this review, you could hit that like button. You want to see my Facebook page down below, you can share this with your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your mom, your dad, anybody that you Preacher fans out there. Send it to your Preacher. I mean, come on, just share it along. And if you really enjoyed this, you could hit that subscribe button for more. Alright, laddies. Until next time, I'll see you next week for more Preacher, and I'll see you for my reactions. Bye-bye.